self-defense, we're allowed to exploit those talents and are put into a position to excel. And you know, it's really a great atmosphere to work here. And we enjoy one another's company. We enjoy tackling the big projects as well as the small projects. Each project has a unique dynamic about it, and always we seem to find someone here in the company that is the right fit for that project and the talents that we need to get that job done.
Dr. Daines, you are a doctor, you're a fully qualified doctor of audiology, and we were looking at your business card a few minutes ago, and you've got an awfully lot of letters after your name. What do they all mean?
They're all representations of my certifications that I have. I graduated from Utah State with my doctorate degree in audiology. I have a bachelor's degree in communicative disorders and deaf education. And then I've also have what they call a board certification, which entails further education and further training after the doctorate of audiology degree. Okay,
so very clearly not a fly-by-night operation here. You've spent many years training and qualifying and loving. I get the impression when I see you with your patients that you love what you do.
I do. I love this. I love enjoying sitting back with my patients, helping them out. I get a lot of satisfaction, take a lot of pride in doing a job well done.
Yeah. And so the Daines family, been here for many generations in Cache Valley, again, homegrown doctor in yourself. What do you love about seeing your patients? They all seem to love you too, I will say that, we've noticed.
Everybody has a different story. We have a lot of neat families here in the Valley, a lot of neat people, and I enjoy meeting them and hearing about them and their life and seeing if we can make it better. After all, family is what's important. Those relations that we build with one another. Some of my favorite memories are sitting around with my grandmother, around with all the cousins when I was young, and those things are very important, and that's where hearing comes in. We need to be a part of those types of environments and not sit around and wondering what's going on. We enable people to be able to enjoy those things again.
Yes, you do, because actually there's nothing worse, is there, than being in a crowd of people and you really can't understand what anyone's saying to you.
Yep, and it affects your relationships with those people.
Now, I noticed also here, as we've been here a few minutes today, that you've had a couple of people come in and out without an appointment, just kind of needing a little tweaking, perhaps, a little reassurance. You're there for them all day, aren't you?
Yep, we're here every day. Every Monday through Friday, and we don't charge for those things. If we can fix it here in the office and take care of it, we do it at no charge. Hearing's important to us, and we want to make sure that you're hearing the best that you can.
Yeah, and it's very clear when we've been watching you that you really do love what you do, and your patients are so comfortable with you. Tell us where you are and how to get help if people need it.
I'm at 485 North Main Street in Logan, and you can give us a call at 753-HEAR, H-E-A-R, or 4327.
Okay. So if you do think you're losing your hearing just a little bit, like some of us of that certain age, come on down and see Dr. Daines and he'll sort you right out. Thank you. So you're really big supporters of Logan High School sports here, Fernando, at the factory. What would you like to invite them to do?
You know, I want to invite all the kids and the parents. You know, sometimes they have late games and there's no place to eat. And we be here to open late if we need to. If they come up to the game, we just need to mention the TheValleyChannel, and we keep a good special for the group. So anytime they want to have a pizza after the game or nachos, we feel free to come on the factory, and we'd be well to keep it a good deal.
Anytime. When there's a game on, doesn't matter if it's Logan High or anywhere in the valley, right? You'll be here for them after the game.
Yeah, you know, we're here for Ridgeline, Mount Crest, or Logan High. Whatever people want to come, we give us a call. We stay late for them, and we'll be happy to serve up their hours.
Okay, what a treat after a game. Thanks, Fernando.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys for the support, and thank you for everything.
We started Palmer Home Furnishings 17 years ago on 10th West, and we started Mountain Ridge Furniture a couple years ago out here on the highway in Providence. And recently, kind of out of the blue, not really planned, we had somebody purchase our building on 10th West. The result was for us to merge the two businesses and bring it all into one out here in Providence. 3 blocks south of Macy's out here on the highway. You can't miss it. If you drive on the highway in Providence, you can't miss it.
Hey guys, if you've been thinking about a guitar or any other instrument in mind for you or somebody else, we have some great financing options from 6 to 12 months. Yamaha's doing a 12-month plan right now. Come in, get some time to pay it off, and have no interest for up to a year.
Vehicle won't start? We can fix that. Not running right? We can fix that. Won't stop? We can fix that. Auto Evolution, honest service at a fair price on Airport Road.
Hi, Cash Valley. This is Fernando over the Factory Pizzeria. We're running a special right now. We're giving a free nachos when you buy a large pizza with 3 toppings. Just mention this out and you're gonna get a free nachos every time you come. The Factory Pizzeria is located in 119 South Main, below the Gia's in the basement. Come see as soon as you can. Thank you.
So, you bought your computer from one of those big box stores, or online, and now it's really slow, or just not working right.
Target acquired.
PCs Unlimited can fix it. Fixing computers is what we do, and we've been doing it for over 20 years. Service, repair, diagnostics, networking, upgrades, system and data recovery, all your computer needs. Our prices are low, and our customer service is the best. You won't get help from the big box or online. Come see the professionals at PCs Unlimited.
Because they have beautiful selections of fresh flowers. They're family owned and been in business for a long time, and they make you feel like part of the family.
Wendy's is saying thanks for making the Junior Bacon Cheeseburger America's #1 bacon cheeseburger by giving you more of what you love. Introducing Wendy's Giant Junior Bacon Cheeseburger. Double the beef, double the bacon, and now it comes in a giant meal for $5 with nuggets, fries, and a drink. There's absolutely nothing junior about it, except the price. Get Wendy's $5 Giant Junior Bacon Cheeseburger meal before it's gone.
Over the period of time, my hearing became worse and worse.
Over the course of the years, I developed a hearing loss, and I would not be able to hear my employees talk to me sometimes.
For Paul Daines in Cache Valley's integrity, his character, his background, his equipment, I would recommend him to anyone for a hearing aid specialist.
We have broken the sound barrier and pioneered new paths to space. But where is that new frontier? What barriers will we break next? Every day, we are given the opportunity to sign our name to history. Just close your eyes and look inside. You are that new frontier. I'm General Mark Welch. These are my heroes. And we are American Airmen.
Wait, hun? Not enough space for the big guy and the love of your life? That's a donation waiting to happen.
Nothing personal.
At Deseret Industries, your donations make great things happen, like forklift training for people like Walter. See how at newlifeforpeople.org.
Bring back what you've been missing. Bring back Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology. Bring back what you've been missing. Bring back Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology.
I'm IFIT trainer Regan Pierce and Kia ora. Welcome to the Riederalp region of Switzerland.
This is a time crunch workout. Let's go.
Resistance going up even more.
I'll take it up for you, actually. How about that? Here we go. Pick it up. 110 RPM. 3, 2, 1. Break away.
Try your best. Let's go.
Come on, charge ahead. Push.
To 10. To 10. Feel a change.
Up out of the saddle, really pump.
I'm your iFit trainer. Thanks for joining me on this interval workout. We'll see you next time.
Hey, we've got a good one for you tonight on the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel. I don't know if they get much better than our game last week, but this one could be a good one as well, as Ridgeline plays host to 5A Farmington. Farmington comes in off of a 9-2 season. They lost to Corner Canyon, one of the best teams in the state, in a closely contested game in week 1, and then they blew away 6A Syracuse last week. Ridgeline, in the meantime, was in a shootout with Pineview, just like last year, a 42-38 win. Caden Cox over 300 yards passing and 3 touchdowns, and just an offensive show put on by Ridgeline, an offense that returns 9 starters, and so they should put up some points this year. Farmington's calling card has been their defense. So what'll it be tonight, offense or defense? We're going to find out coming up on the Game of the Week.
Oh man, those push-ups are getting hard.
Hey, I'll tell you what, I like all of the coaches here in Cache Valley. I think we've got good coaching here in the football teams in Cache Valley, but it was special for me personally to talk to Travis Cox the other day. I played football for his dad, Dan, and I coached him when he was a young kid. So it was fun to talk to him and pick his brain as a coach. I asked him about becoming the coach out here. He doesn't teach at Ridgeline. He's got a day job. And he said that he had originally wanted to go into coaching, and life just didn't really work out that way. And so when the opportunity came up to coach where his kid was the quarterback, he jumped at it. He interviewed, he got offered the job. His employer was okay with it and worked with him, and he's very grateful for that. And now here he is, 1-0 as the Ridgeline coach. He's going to take over an offense that has 9 returning starters, and he's actually going to be calling the defense. And they see if they can slow some teams down. But I talked to him about coaching his son, and he said, you know, I know him. I know him obviously as my son, but I know him as a player. He's coached him since Little League. And he said, you have to know when to be dad and when to be the coach. And he feels like he has a pretty good read on that with Caden, and when to just kind of leave it alone and when to coach him up. So it'll be interesting to watch his evolution as a coach here at Ridgeline and watch him coaching his own son for the next 2 years. Anyway, that's our report from the coaches and what Coach Travis Cox had to say in the Ridgeline Riverhawks.
Say the word base. Say the word mess.
Bring back what you've been missing. Bring back Cache Valley hearing and audiology. Bring back what you've been missing.
The Game of the Week on the Valley Channel is brought to you by Icon Health and Fitness, changing lives with fitness innovation. Wendy's of Cache Valley, it's way better than fast food, it's Wendy's. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology, bring back what you have been missing. Palmer Home Furnishings, our low overhead means higher quality at lower prices. Aspen Dental, get that gorgeous smile you've always wanted. Custom Fence Company, privacy, security, peace of mind. Anderson Seed and Garden, growing better gardeners. The Logo Shop, we logo stuff, all kinds of stuff. KSM means music. Music is all we do. The Factory Pizzeria, we're open late after the game. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's TV station for over 30 years.
Hello everyone and welcome to Millville, Utah, home of the Ridgeline Riverhawks, where tonight Ridgeline plays host to 5A Farmington. Farmington out of Region 5, Ridgeline 4A Region 11. I'm Eric Olson along with you tonight, like I am every Friday night, for the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel. Ridgeline, for them, they had a week off last week. They had an opponent all ready to play, and then COVID kept them off the field. It was the other team that had some COVID with the team. They beat Pineview 42-38 in week 1, but now, like you say, they've had 2 weeks to get ready for this one. Ridgeline was picked to finish 3rd in Region 11 by the coaches. In that first game when they beat Pineview 42-38, that was at Westlake, so that was at a neutral site. They didn't, because of rules with the district, they didn't want to take them down and have them stay overnight down in St. George. But Caden Cox, the junior, 17 of 27, 309 yards, 3 touchdowns and a pick, 10 carries, 33 yards rushing and a touchdown. Meanwhile, Noah White, who missed most of the season last year with a broken bone in his wrist and arm, 13 carries, 86 yards and a touchdown. Roy transferred Jaden Harris, 5 catches, 123 yards receiving, 1 rushing touchdown, 1 receiving touchdown. He also plays linebacker, and he's been a big addition to this Ridgeline team. Almost 500 yards of total offense for Ridgeline last week. That's the plus. The minus is they gave up 500 yards of total offense to a Pineview team that's going to score all season long. They score all year, every year. In fact, it was almost like a mirror image of the game that we did last year right here that went right down to the wire, and Ridgeline won that game. And then as the season went on, Ridgeline had a little bit of trouble. 21.5 points per game last year, only 14th in 4A offensively, and gave up 29 points a game, 12th in 4A defensively. Travis Cox will be calling the defenses, and as a former D1 quarterback, you might wonder, why would a quarterback call the defense and not the offense? Well, quarterbacks need to know what they're seeing on the field, and quarterbacks understand defenses as well as anybody. The Riverhawks have won the toss. They declined, so Farmington will get first crack at it. Let's talk about Farmington. They lost to Corner Canyon in a not as close as it sounds 49-20 game in week 1. Corner Canyon, one of the best, if not the best team in the state, many believe. 28-7, they beat Syracuse. They're picked to win Region 5 once again. They're in their second year. They went 9-2 after going 2-9 in that first year. They won their region. They were in a number 3 seed. They lost to Lehigh by 6 points in the quarterfinals. They are coached by Daniel Coates. He's a former Northridge High and BYU star. He played in the NFL with the Bengals and the Broncos. He signed a contract with the Giants, but that was kind of the end of his career. Didn't really play there, but got to see the field with the Bengals and the Broncos. They run multiple looks on their offense, more of a spread concept. 30 points per game last year, but only 2 returning starters. Ridgeline returns 9 offensive starters. So we'll see how this offense for Farmington works out tonight, especially when you consider the fact they are missing their starting quarterback. Their starting quarterback was a sophomore anyway. He hurt his shoulder. He's not dressed tonight. That's Drew Patterson. And so they're going to be playing. They may be going, watching in the warm-ups, Farmington may be going with a freshman at quarterback. Easton White, number 7, was taking snaps with the first team. So we're going to wait and see who they trot out there as Carter Murdoch kicks off for Ridgeline. This one's going to make it into the end zone and through the end zone, and Farmington will start at the 20-yard line. And it is White, the freshman, getting his first start due to injury. He's got a pretty good sized line up in front of him. Let's see what they do with the freshman. He's going to give it right up the middle, and there's not much room there for Reinhold. Boston Reinhold, the sophomore running back. Another guy to watch was the guy that was in motion before that play, Tyson Elkins. Number 5. No gain for Reinhold. On second down, White's going to hand inside. Nothing there. Travis Cox told me this week, he said, we need to run a defense that our guys are suited for. And I think we've got speed. So they've switched over to a 3-4 look, put more linebackers on the field, and they're going to use speed as their calling card defensively. And that time they really got to the ball. Misdirection can sometimes counter speed. See if they go with something the other way or a screen with Farmington on this play. On third down and 11 after the loss of a yard. White sends Elkins in motion. White rolls, Murdoch comes up, pressures from the backside. He had to break out of there. And then Jaden Harris, the senior who transferred from Roy High, knocks it down. It's 3 and out for Farmington. Harris has been a big pickup for this Ridgeline team. His family lived in the Valley, from what I understand, lived in the Valley for a while, and then he had moved down there. Now he's moved back for his senior season up here. Farmington will have to punt inside their own 10-yard line. A little bit of pressure, and a flag comes in. Boy, the punter fell down, and I think he kind of acted a little bit. And they threw a flag. He sold it. It looked like it was Daniel Warner, the punter. Miles Eck came rushing by and looked like maybe he swatted his leg, and down went Warner. And let's see the call. If it's roughing the kicker, if it's 15 yards, it's going to be a first down, but it looks like it's a 5-yarder. They call it on Ridgeline. And it's a 5-yard penalty on the Riverhawks. So they'll kick it again. And it wasn't a very good kick, so I think Farmington's all about, let's kick that again. It's 4th and 6 now instead of 4th and 11. That's a different punter. High kick fielded by Strat Simmons, just shy of the 50. Turns the corner. Inside the 40 down to about the 38-yard line. And Ridgeline starts in plus territory. A different punter that time. Looked like it was Cannon Toon. And he kicked it further, but Simmons got himself a pretty good return. And here comes the junior, number 4, Caden Cox. Noah White behind him, number 23. Watch number 3 in the slot, Jovessa DeMooney. All sorts of speed. He's a powerful runner. He's committed to play at BYU, and Farmington's offsides. Webb was on the outside, and Harris was in the middle on that trip. Farmington with their their first penalty of the night. Three receivers to this side, one to the far side on 1st and 5. And Cox just about caught a linebacker coming again. They maybe showed their hand. Now those linebackers are going to sit back. Cox on the out pattern to Simmons, who ducks out of bounds after a gain of 6, and it's a first down. There's been a lot of focus on making Caden Cox be a quarterback. We talked about this last week with Jake Lundeen. Use your feet when you can, but go with your arm first. They're going to throw it to DeMooney, try to get him in space. He's got some blockers. He turns inside the 20. And let's see where they mark him out. He's going to be near the first down. In fact, he's got 12 yards and a first down. And just like that, after the punt return on the short punt, Ridgeline inside the 20-yard line. White in the eye behind Cox. Shaking, baking, and putting the plastic down and bumping forward for about 4. Where last year it looked like they had a real 1-2 punch at running back, and then White got hurt early in the season, and DeMooney battled injuries most of the season. Cox looks to his left, nothing there. Keeps it alive with his feet. Now he's going to tuck it. He finally gets down at about the 6-yard line, and that's going to be good enough for a first down. First and goal, just outside the 6. Murdoch in at the wing. He's going to be the lead blocker for White. White stacked up at about the 4. Nine minutes to play in the first quarter. Ridgeline knocking on the door in a scoreless game here at Ridgeline. Cox is going to keep it after the fake to White. Racing to the outside, spins around, and onto the bluegrass. Touchdown, Ridgeline. So Cox with the 4-yard carry puts the Riverhawks on the board first. He can run the ball. He's a good runner. He's a good athlete. They want to limit how many times he gets hit. He's run it twice, and he's been hit pretty hard both times. Had a hard time getting that one put down, but they did. And Murdoch punches it through for one more. It's 7-0. Ridgeline on top early.
Wendy's is saying thanks for making the Junior Bacon Cheeseburger America's #1 bacon cheeseburger by giving you more of what you love. Introducing Wendy's Giant Junior Bacon Cheeseburger. Double the beef, double the bacon, and now it comes in a giant meal for $5 with nuggets, fries, and a drink. There's absolutely nothing junior about it, except the price. Get Wendy's $5 Giant Junior Bacon Cheeseburger meal before it's gone.
6 plays, 38 yards, and a touchdown at the end. And Ridgeline on top as Murdoch tees it up. Murdoch with a low spinner that goes into the end zone. Farmington again at their 20-yard line. Now they trail 7-0. freshman quarterback, Easton White, under center for the Phoenix. White in the pistol, and he's going to pitch it back. Looking for the edge and not getting there was Reinhold. And that ridgeline defense swarms to the edge. A loss of a yard. When you've got a freshman running back, you want to establish a running game, a freshman quarterback, excuse me, you want to establish a running game and take a little pressure off him. Bunch to the left, they're going to hand off inside. Here's Reinhold finding an opening. He's out to about the 25-yard line. And he picks up 6. And it's 3rd down and a long 5. Knowles and Murdoch, the DNs in this 3-4 look. Linebackers look like they're coming. One is, they go up top. Nothing there for Brown. Incomplete, and Farmington will have to punt again. 2 possessions, 6 plays. Punt number 2 coming up. And Strat Simmons will walk back to about where he was the first time he came out. Back about the 40-yard line, his own 40-yard line. And it looks like Daniel Warner's back there again to kick for Farmington. Taking a while to get the ball spotted. Ridgeline not really coming after this one. High kick, and Simmons tells everybody to get away. And it bounces out of bounds. It took a good kick bounce. Ridgeline lucky that it bounced out of bounds. That thing might still be rolling toward the end zone. And they're going to spot it out near the 40-yard line. In fact, nose up at the 40. 7:22 to play in the first quarter. 7-0 Ridgeline. They're back on the field with their offense. Farmington defensive coordinator Cody Caputo talking to that 4-2-5 defense. See what adjustments they make this go around. 2 receivers to the far side, Webb to this side, and it looks like Harris had a wing, and White in the backfield with Cox. They're going to hand to White. Harris seals the edge. White picks up a yard. Well defensed by Farmington. Travis Cox, when I spoke with him, same formation, different side. They've swapped Harris to the other side now. Let's see what they do. Back of the thought, when I spoke to him about Harris, he said, man, he is such a good blocker. He caught a lot of passes as a tight end last week, but he loves how he blocks. White sticks his foot in the ground, cuts back inside, picks up 2. It's going to be 3rd and 7. First 3rd down. Coming up for Ridgeline. DeMooney and Simmons to the near side, Webb to the far side again. Harris playing that tight end, more as a wing on that far side. Cox reverses out. He's looking deep, nobody there. Picks up a block, adjusts, and on the Farmington side of the field, DeMooney with the grab. 14 yards and a first down. And Ridgeline quickly ready to go. 3 receivers near side. They're going to fake the give. Over the middle, DeMooney had running room, and it goes off his hands. And they've got an ineligible man downfield. Man, he got downfield in a hurry because that was one step and throw. So they called ineligible man downfield. If that was a lineman ineligible downfield, nope. They're just going to say they had illegal participation. So somebody was on the field that shouldn't have been on the field for Ridgeline, and that's their second penalty. Backs them up 5. The official over on the far sideline put one hand on his head like an ineligible man downfield call, but there's no way. That was one step and throw. That's what they want to do with this offense. They want to spread the field out, and they want to get playmakers in space. And DeMooney would have made a big play there, but he couldn't come up with it, and it would have been called back on a penalty anyway. Here's White. Gets the penalty yardage back and spins down to the 40 for a 9-yard gain. So now the offense is in plus again. 2nd down and 6. This time they spread Harris out. He's top of your screen. Simmons and DeMooney at the bottom of your screen, and Webb in the slot on the far side. Cox double clutches. Now he's going to unload for Simmons. Simmons has to prevent the INT, and there's a flag right where Cox was. Did he get hit late, or did somebody hold? If it's on, I think they're going to call a late hit on Farmington. So it's going to be a 1st down. The white hat indicated a personal foul. And there it is, personal foul, roughing the passer. So Farmington picks up their 2nd penalty of the night, and it's a big one. Instead of 3rd and 7 for Ridgeline, it's 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line. .550 to play in this first quarter, 7-0 Farmington. Webb and DeMooney going to go to work on the left side. Harris is with them. Simmons, the lone receiver, to the bottom of your screen. White in the backfield, and Cox awaits the snap. Looks for the sideline, and White changes sides. Cox. With guys around his feet, he gets it off to White. Noah White works his way down to about the 21 and a 4-yard gain. His first grab of the night. Cox is 4 out of 5 for 36 yards. He's run for a touchdown. It's 2nd down and 6. Cox underneath to Simmons, hit just as he catches it. And he caught it down about the 15. Let's see where they spot him. They're going to spot him at the 15. That's a 1st down. Oh, no, they're going to say he's just short. They're going to spot him shy of the 15. They're going to put him on the 16. He's short by less than a yard. It's going to be 3rd down and inches. And Cox is under center. He's going to hand to Harris. Harris puts his shoulder down, picks up the 1st down easy as he picks up 5 yards on 3rd and inches. He goes about 225 pounds. This is the senior. Expect to see him play mostly at a tight end. He'll line up kind of as a wing, not on the end of the line as much, but back off the line. Although right now he's up next to the tackle. Eck is in the backfield. Cox pulls it down, and down he goes. Loss of 3 for Cox. He was looking somewhere, and he didn't like what he saw, so he pulled it down. Seed, that's a good word. And he pulled it down and took the sack. Now it's 2nd down and 13 at the 15-yard line. Eck stays in the backfield. Harris, DeMooney, and Webb to the far side, Simmons to this side. And the DB is playing way off Simmons. They're going to go to Webb with a screen. Webb caught behind the line of scrimmage, and he's able to move his way forward for 2 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 11. So after the 5-yard sack on 1st down, it's put Ridgeline behind the sticks. Now they've got a little confusion as what their formation is. They finally get everybody set. 3rd down and 11. Cox sets, fires over the middle. Webb's there. He's inside the 5. He's going to be very close to the 1st down. Let's see. If he's at the 3, he may have it. He's going to be just short. So it's going to be 4th, about 1.5 yards. And they're not really even thinking about it. They're going. They got a jumbo backfield. And they're going to call timeout, they being Ridgeline. 2:51 to play in the 1st quarter. Ridgeline, 4th down and about 1.5 yards at about the 4-yard line. They need to get just inside the 3. They spotted him back at the 4. It looked like he may have got the 3, but where he ended up being down was back closer to the 4. He had to get the 3, just inside the 3. Logan's at Cypress tonight. Green Canyon's at Stansbury. Bear River at Bonneville. Skyview at Highland of Idaho tomorrow. And Bonneville and Mountain Crest at Bonneville of Idaho up in the Idaho Falls area. That game was earlier today. That one may be over by now, but it was 36-0 at the half. Mountain Crest winning that game. We'll look for a final for that one as the evening goes on. So the offense feeling pretty saucy here, saying, "Hey, yeah, we're not going to worry about a field goal. We're going to line up and play football. And if you stop us, then bless you." Let's see if Farmington can do it. They swap the formation to the near side. They're going to pitch to Harris. He's got lead blockers, and one of them decleated a man. 1st and goal at the 1. Somebody on the lead block, I didn't catch who it was, took a Farmington guy right off his feet. Here's the push right up the middle. Cox will keep it, and he's in for a touchdown. 4 carries, 12 yards, 2 touchdowns for Caden Cox. 2 short field touchdown drives for the Riverhawks. And the Phoenix are behind the 8 ball. Murdoch on for the PAT. Webb will hold. Webb's kick, no good. Look good, it's no good. 13-0, 2:41 to play in the 1st. Ridgeline on top. It's 13-0 here at Ridgeline. Farmington on the short end of that stick. They had a rough go at Corner Canyon 2 weeks ago. They crushed Syracuse last week, but then they lost their starting quarterback, and they're playing with a freshman, going with the freshman tonight. And they've started deep in their own territory at the 20-yard line. This will be the third time, and Ridgeline's had a short field on both of their possessions. They're going to stay with the freshman. He hasn't done anything to warrant being pulled out. He's been put in a tough situation. Easton White. Cantrell wide to this side. And flags, because that was not White as the quarterback. They had White spread out to the far side. They had Reinhold as the quarterback, and they took too much time. Third penalty of the quarter for Farmington for 25 yards. Reinhold's back there, quarterback again. See if they run like a wildcat. No, he's going to hand it off. Right up the middle goes Toon. And Toon picks up the penalty yardage and one more, 6 yards for Toon. Cannon Toon, the junior. Is Farmington just trying to calm things down and get a positive play, which they did that time, and White calls the play, and he lines up out as a receiver again. And Toon stays at quarterback. And somebody moved on the Farmington offensive line, so now you got a different quarterback in there running his snap count sounds, his cadence sounds a little different. Somebody flinched. 2nd and 14. Fourth penalty of the quarter for Farmington. Not a great start for the Phoenix. The Phoenix lost a lot of players to graduation off that 9-2 team. But they feel like they've got plenty of talent. It's just getting it all together. Now White's back at quarterback. And a spread look. And Farmington wants a timeout. Same page, I'm not even sure they're in the same book. Farmington offensively just struggling to get in sync here in the early going. They trail 13-0 with 1:41 to play in the first quarter. And Ridgeline doing whatever they want. Still no score in the Cypress and Logan game. Green Canyon and Stansbury are tied at 7. In that game, about the same spot as we are. Late in the first quarter. In fact, they may be to the second quarter in that one by now. White on the little screen. And Ridgeline wasn't fooled. Dylan May with the tackle. It's a loss of 6. White at least gets to see a receiver catch the ball, but it's 3rd down and about 20 now. 3rd and 19. White has time. Looks underneath to Cantrell, the big guy, and he's out near the 25 to the 24-yard line. 14 yards, but they needed a lot more. Farmington leaves the offense out there. 4th and 6. And they leave the offense out there on 4th and 6. White doesn't like what he sees, pulls it down, unloads underneath, first down on 4th and 6. White took a big pop, but he found his receiver for a first down. It was Brown who picks it up. And that's 3 completions now in a row for White. Even though it was -6 on that first one, he's like a basketball player. Sometimes it's good to see a ball go in the hoop. It's good to see a receiver catch it. Now he's hit 3 in a row, including one on 4th down. Deep in his own territory. So Farmington gambles. Let's see if it pays off. White against a 3-man rush. Looking downfield, and Cantrell can't get past the defensive back, who May saw it coming and then just kind of slowed down, so the Cantrell just ran up his back. And it's 2nd down. And that's the end of the first quarter. 13-0 Ridgeline leading Farmington on the game of the week.
We started Palmer Home Furnishings 17 years ago on 10th West, and we started Mountain Ridge Furniture a couple years ago out here on the highway in Providence. And recently, kind of out of the blue, not really planned, we had somebody purchase our building on 10th West. The result was for us to merge the two businesses and bring it all into one out here in Providence. 3 blocks south of Macy's out here on the highway. You can't miss it. If you drive on the highway in Providence, you can't miss it.
Back at Ridgeline High School, Eric Olson along with you as we start the second quarter. Ridgeline leads 13-0. 26 total yards in the first quarter for Farmington, 92 for Ridgeline. 2nd and 10. And again, it's that running back, Reinhold, back there at quarterback. Reinhold picks up about 3. It'll be 3rd and 7. Four penalties for 30 yards on Farmington in that first quarter. Neither team turned it over. Ridgeline had a couple of penalties of their own. 3rd and 7. White. Down he goes. Murdoch is there. Five-yard loss. And the freshman gets welcomed to varsity football. So Farmington gets a little something going. And then on the 3rd down sack, they're forced to punt again. Simmons at the 35-yard line, his own 35. High short kick. Flag on the field. That one hits at the 38-yard line and goes straight out of bounds. Here's another flag on the field. 2 flags. One came while the ball was in the air. Another came after the play. And let's see what they are. They may offset. The second one looked like somebody from Ridgeline took exception to something and took a poke at somebody. The first one I didn't see. I was watching the ball go straight up and almost straight down. It's a 12-yard punt. That's a 10-yard punt where they're spotting it. Holding on Ridgeline. Personal foul, unsportsmanlike on Farmington. So the White Hat's going to talk to Travis Cox a little bit about it. They marked off the holding penalty, and now they'll mark off the unsportsmanlike. And it ends up just about where it went out of bounds anyway. Honestly, it's about a half yard off where it went out of bounds. They marked both penalties off. And once again, Ridgeline has a short field. They're going to be at the Farmington 38-yard line. It's the second time they've started at the 38. They already lead 13-0 with 10.5 to play in the first half. Cox will have White with him in the backfield. Harris at tight end. Simmons on the left, DeMooney and Webb on the right. A lot of weapons on this offense. They look downfield, nothing there, so he goes to Webb. Webb on that little naked screen. Picks up about 5. Third catch for 17 yards for Webb. Evan Webb, the senior. Fake the give to White. Look downfield. He's got Simmons. He finds him inside the 10-yard line. Right at the 10, 23 yards and a first down. Third catch for Simmons. Just like that, Ridgeline's knocking on the door again. First and goal at the 10-yard line. They're going to give to White. He's going to follow Harris. Harris blocked down. White kicked outside off of his hip and took it down to about the 7, so a 3-yard gain for White.
Stopped by Cannon Toon for the Phoenix.
Toon with the tackle. We called his name now on offense, defense, and special teams, speaking of Toon.
That was Noah White.
Harris, Webb and DeMooney to the far side. White and Simmons are on this near side as they spread everything out. See if Cox runs it with everything spread out. Those inside backers are staying up and they're creeping up into those A gaps. Flags, and somebody moved for Ridgeline. They took that clock all the way down to 0 for the snap. And somebody moved up front. So instead of second and goal at the 7, it's going to be second and goal at the 12. Third penalty on Ridgeline. Yeah, it's going to be just outside the 11. In between the 11 and 12-yard line. Let's stop play for a moment, talk about something. Now they wind the clock. 8:35 to play in the first half. 13-0 Ridgeline. Second and goal from the 13-yard line. Here's the give to White. They sent DeMooney in motion. See if it would pull one of those backers out with him, and White picks up maybe a yard. Good job defensively by Phoenix, the Farmington Phoenix, and now it's third down and goal from the 12. 2 of 3 on third downs for Ridgeline, and they went for it on the 4th down. Play clock never wound. And Farmington, I think, was offsides. Keegan Brown, the big senior defensive end, jumped. So that makes it third and goal at the 7. Another penalty for Farmington, their 5th of the half. 2-by-2 with the receivers. Cox has White with him. A lot of time. Cox got a man wide open in the end zone. Instead, he checks down to Noah White for the touchdown. DeMooney was wide open in the end zone, but Cox checked down to White instead, who raced in for the score from 7 yards out. They're going to go for 2, try to get it back to 21. So Murdoch's in the backfield with Harris and Cox. It's snapped. Cox is in trouble. He's got a man wide open. It's Murdoch. So even on a broken play, Ridgeline's able to score. 21-0 Ridgeline, 7:29 to play in the half. You know, sometimes it's just your night. Everything going Ridgeline's way. Caden Cox wasn't ready for that snap. It snapped at his feet, it rolled around, he picked it up. He ran around for a minute. And then he found a man in the end zone for the 2-point conversion on a busted play. And it's 21-0 Ridgeline. Farmington once again will start at their own 20-yard line. East and White. The freshman getting the start because of the injury to Drew Patterson. He's been fine. He's 3 out of 5 for 16 yards. It's the kind of game you want to have your quarterback manage it as they look for the little screen. 6 yards to Cantrell. If you got a young quarterback like that, you're kind of hoping maybe you can have him manage the game. You can get a run game going and a little short passing stuff. You don't want to get down by 3 scores and have to unleash. Harris comes into the game replacing Hollingsworth. And Farmington's going to have to take another timeout. So Coach Coates will head out onto the field to talk to his team. Last year, Ridgeline was 4-8, 0-5 in Region 11. They were the 14 seed, and they lost in the second round to Dixie, 38-7. This is the third coach in 3 years, as Travis Cox in his first year, the third coach in 3 years for these seniors. So every year they've had to learn something new. But 9 returning starters on this offense, including Cox, White, the running back, Simmons, DeMooney, Webb, and Murdoch at receivers, Nielsen, Nixon, and Bamey at O-line. They run a 4-3 defensively, and before this week they've switched back to a 3-4 because again they felt like they had more linebackers they could run with. May, Eck, and Hammond were guys that played a lot last year. Ridgeline's 23-23 all time. So right at 500 coming into tonight in 4 years of existence, 3-3, and 3 playoff appearances. 2nd and 4. White hit as he throws. Low outside ball gets there. 6 yards. Boy, White was hit hard, but he put it right where only his receiver could come up with it. I didn't even see who the receiver was. White has really been walloped a couple of times tonight. And believe me, players start to think about that. That clock in their head at quarterback starts ticking a lot louder and a lot faster. High snap. Blows up the play. Harris is there along with a bunch of other River Hawks. A flock of Hawks. And a loss of 4 off the bad snap. Reinhold takes the loss. That's 2nd and 14. See if they come after White again, as he's got that spread look out there. They're going to rush 4. White unloads. Nice ball for Cantrell, but it's picked. Dylan May comes up with it. Cantrell had the inside hip, but White threw it a little bit to the outside, and Dylan May was there for the pick. So Ridgeline takes over their worst starting field position of the night, and they're at their own 41, leading 21-0 with 5:37 to play in this first half. Not really the game I expected. Oh, I expected Ridgeline to score some points. I also expected Farmington to as well. Cox, Scott Webb on that little outlet pass, and he leaves it short. So they're sending guys deep. That time they sent Harris deep. They sent DeMooney deep. And then they're reading that, I believe. Webb stays home. That's the second time they've done it like that. If those deep receivers have an advantage, I think we'll see that deep ball. If not, then he just checks down to Webb. And now all the defense has been run off, and Webb only has one guy to beat. It's a one-on-one. They're going to run a screen back the other way. Simmons through his hands. A little too much mustard on it by Cox. I wondered when we might see a screen. Coach Cox likes to run screens. Hadn't really seen. We've seen a couple of them on that little naked thing, but that was the first one where we're coming back. He looked off this side, then turned around and really fired it out to Simmons. 3rd and 10. See if Farmington brings some heat. They are. They're going to bring 5. They unload out to White. White buttoned up near the sideline out to about the 45. He picked up 4. It'll be 4th down and 6. White fights for 4 yards. And on 4th and 6 at the 45, they line up to go for it. They're 1 for 1 on 4th down once already tonight. Boy, they're playing that high safety deep. DeMooney, no, they do a quick kick. I was going to say DeMooney's running free, and that's why they were playing the high safety so deep. That's going to be a face mask tacked on. As DeMooney with a nice tackle out there, but as he reached in to grab, he got a hold of the face mask just for a second. So they're going to tack on some yardage. And Farmington, after the first punt of the game, which was just a little quick kick, pooch kick by Cox, will start probably with their best field position of the night. It is the 15-yard variety. Five penalties, 30 yards for Ridgeline as the sun goes down behind us over the Wellsville Mountains. Or behind the Wellsville Mountains, I guess. White rolls to his right, has time. Now Harris chases, throws it into a crowd, and it's knocked out of bounds, incomplete. White kept drifting, waiting for somebody to come open. And Harris eventually got inside leverage and forced him to give it up. .508 to play here in this third quarter. That possession by Ridgeline took less than 30 seconds. 3 and out for the first time tonight for the Riverhawks. First punt. Here comes some pressure from Ridgeline. And the tackle is made out there on Toon. Gain of 2, it's 3rd and 8. Third and 8 for White. They're bringing 5 after him. And he throws another interception. Will Booth was waiting underneath. I don't think White saw him at all. Second possession in a row to end in a turnover. Booth was just kind of drifting out there, covering an area. I don't think White saw him. White fired it in there. Booth made the diving grab, and it's 1st and 10 for Ridgeline in a familiar spot, the Farmington 38. This is the 3rd possession for Ridgeline that started at the Farmington 38, or at least within the same neighborhood. 4:28 to play in the half. Farmington made a defensive stop a moment ago, but look out, here comes Noah White. He's got a first down and 13 yards. Harris and Webb to this side, DeMooney and Simmons to the far side, White in the backfield with Cox. Cox is going to fake the give. Looks over the middle, waits for DeMooney to clear the linebackers. And there's a flag back at the 24-yard line. That would have been a gain of 6. It looks like it's, let's see who it's on. Looks like it's on Ridgeline. Again, they make that sign of illegal participation. They have one too many on the field. So after the penalty, it's 1st and 15. Clock runs, under 4 minutes to play in the half. They're going to run it. White slips one tackle. Down to the 26. Gain of 4. White 9 carries, 39 yards. He's got a touchdown receiving. 2nd and 11. Cox looks back and shrugs his shoulders. What? What are we running? Oh, okay. They're going to have to take a timeout. Ridgeline calls a timeout. Jeremy Livingston, the offensive coordinator, wants to talk about it. 3:19 to play. You put another touchdown up on the board right now. Good for some insurance. Farmington's a team that's been able to score points. Not tonight. Again, a disastrous first half for Farmington. Against Corner Canyon, they had a poor first half. Down 49-0 before they put 20 on the board in the second half. They thumped Syracuse last week, 28-7, but tonight, Ridgeline offensively has been able to do pretty much whatever they want. Cox unloads. Simmons out racing people. Inside the 5. That's going to be 22. Wait, that started out at the 27-yard line. It's down to the 24. That's going to be 23 yards. First and goal. Ridgeline. And Simmons having himself a half. That's 58 yards. 3 minutes to play here in this first half. First and goal at the 4. Cox is going to keep it on a design run. Looking for the pylon, he's got it. Made one man miss and saunters in for 6. 3 rushing touchdowns now for Caden Cox. The junior's got, let's see, 116 yards passing and a touchdown. He's 12 of 15. Not a bad half of work. Kicks up, kicks good. It's 28-0 with 2:51 to play in the first half. Ridgeline all over Farmington.
Bring back what you've been missing. Bring back Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology. Bring back what you've been missing. Bring back Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology.
It's been all Ridgeline in this first half. 2:51 to play in the first half, and it's 28-0 Riverhawks. Farmington just hasn't been able to get anything going. Their starting quarterback was hurt last week, so they're rolling with the freshman here in the first half. And he's thrown a couple of interceptions, but you know they've had to put him in positions to try to push it downfield as they've fallen behind. And this Ridgeline offense looking like a buzzsaw. They've got so many weapons. Great receiving core with Webb and DeMooney and Simmons. Murdoch's a weapon, Harris is a weapon, and you got White that can catch out of the backfield. Farmington loads up and just tries to muscle it now out to this side. And Reinhold picks up a couple. I mean, they just overloaded the side. And an official's timeout. The official from the far sideline came running all the way over to this sideline. And now they're going to send the Farmington kids off over to the sideline. Let's see what's going on. Ridgeline's coming back on the field. Ridgeline changing to that 3-4 defense this week, trying to get more speed guys on the field because they feel like that's what they've got a lot is guys that can really move, and it's paid some dividends tonight against Farmington so far. Farmington hasn't been able to do anything. Farmington with 26 total yards in the first quarter. They've got 18 yards here in the second quarter. All right, whatever the problem was, they seem to have it fixed. White's going to hand it off again, and he's going to be hit immediately. Harris is in there. Along with Jones, the linebackers, and a gain of a yard. Third and 7. Farmington is 0 for on 3rd down. They're 1 of 1 on 4th down, but 0 for the evening on 3rd down. Under 2 minutes to play in the half. They're going to send Toon in motion, and they're going to flip it to him, and he's upended. Toon upended out there by Miles Eck. After, let's see, no gain, or did he lose a yard? Looks like he lost a yard. And Ridgeline takes a timeout and says, hey, let's get it back, see if we can score again. Once again, all Ridgeline tonight. Kind of surprises me. Not that I didn't think Ridgeline was capable of putting up 28 points in the first half, but Farmington, they're a well-coached team. And in talking with Travis Cox, that's one thing he was really impressed with. They just don't make mistakes. They're where they need to be. They're a well-coached team, and they've made a few mistakes here tonight. But Farmington, or excuse me, Ridgeline has done what they want. All right, they're going to go for it on 4th and 7. White finds his man, and it's a first down. 2 for 2 on 4th down as Elkin comes up with the catch. 13 yards. As Coach Coates says, you going to take a timeout because you want to get the ball back and score? Fine, we're going to go for it. And they pick up the first down out at the 35-yard line. Here's Reinhold with the direct snap. Reinhold picking his way forward for about 4. Eck takes him down. It's 2nd and 6, under a minute to play now in this first half. Defensively, if you are Ridgeline, you can't go to sleep. You don't want to give up something cheap here at the end of the half. White rolling this way. Unloads underneath to Elkins, and Elkins picks up a yard, and White was thumped. And I think they might be throwing a flag on Jackson Hollingsworth for a late hit. Let's see what the flag is. It's maybe a roughing the passer call. Coach Cox isn't thrilled. And that's what it is. So that's 15 yards and a first down. And for the first time tonight, Farmington is in Ridgeline territory. 37 seconds to play in the half. White, the quarterback. Over the middle's got a man. Murdoch makes the stick after about a 6-yard gain. See who that was. Oh, that might have been Reinhold, but it could have been, couldn't see the number. Davon Harvey as well, number 25 is I think who it might have been. Farmington's got these cool unis. They're really awesome, but then they got these numbers that are these shimmery light numbers. The light hits them and you really can't see them very well from up here. White gets the snap, looks back the other way as he started right, came back left. First down, and the clock will stop. Nielsen with the catch. And they spike it to stop the clock. Second and 10 at the 34 with 10 seconds on the clock. Now your ridge line, you don't let anybody behind you. Best drive of the night by Farmington, aided by a 15-yard penalty. But they converted on fourth down, and they're still moving. Under 10 seconds, they go over the middle. Oh, that would have been a great catch. It was Elkins. Elkins bobbles it, and it's third down. And 5 seconds on the clock. See if Farmington takes a shot at the end zone. There's always the risk when you do that and you get it picked off and give up a long return. But more often it's just one you throw up into a crowd and hope that your guy can come down with it. Cantrell at the bottom of your screen. Great big receiver. See if they try to throw it up for him. They're going to do a double pass. Elkins unloads. Tipped away, flags everywhere. Harris tipped it away. Eck, I think, was kind of caught off guard and reached out and grabbed the receiver, which if you're the defensive back, you want to do that. You don't want to give up 6. So that's going to be 15 yards and another play with no time on the clock. So this will be an untimed down. Second 15-yard penalty on Ridgeline on this possession. That's 7 penalties in the first half on Ridgeline. 19-yard line for Farmington, and they get one more crack at it, an untimed down. After the defensive pass interference on the last play of the half. Haven't seen that for a while. Two receivers to the near side, one to the far side. Here comes some pressure. Eck is in the backfield. White gets away for a minute, but Eck's still back there chasing him. White steps up, unloads, out of bounds. No flags, we're going to the locker room with Ridgeline owning a 28-0 lead at the half here in Millville. You're watching the game of the week on the Valley Channel.
Talent is important in every sport, but when you get on the field, it's who wants it more, who's willing to work harder for it. And that's what I love about it.
He was about 5 years old, and we went to a little routine eye check, and it turns out that he couldn't see with his left eye at all.
You know, your eyes are a pair, they're a duo, and amblyopia comes in when one of them gives up.
One eye is so much stronger than the other that the weak eye stops working, so you have to strengthen it.
I had wore a patch on my eye to school every day, and I just felt not as good as everyone else. I would come home and I'd cry sometimes because I was the freak of the school.
There were times when I got so angry on his behalf. How can these other kids treat you this way?
But it made me realize it's not that everyone's better than me, I just have to work harder than everyone. I needed to keep going until it made my eye stronger. So I wore that patch every day for 5 years, and when I finally got to take that patch off for the last time, it had made me a completely different person. But I still struggle with depth perception, things that come naturally to other defenders on the field, I have to work for. I was going to the gym and I was a much stronger player. I was no longer the guy getting pushed off the ball, I was the guy bodying people.
For technical ability, he's off the charts. He's an absolute winner, always gets the job done.
When you're fighting, you're struggling, you're working hard with your team, you're putting forth everything that you have, and then when you finally put the ball in the back of the net, it's the most beautiful feeling in the world. If you work hard at something, you can be successful. You can beat the odds. You just can't give up. My left eye gave up on me, but I didn't want to give up on my eye.
We are a small family business here in Cache Valley, but what people don't realize is the large commercial work we do and the reach we have all over the western U.S. that we're proud of, and we're particularly proud of the Wendover perimeter fence project because of its unique challenges for us as far as installation and of the fence and the terrain. We first of all, there is the wildlife consideration and what type of wildlife we're trying to keep out of this airport. They do have antelope out here that roam, and the goal, of course, is to keep the pilots safe as well as the wildlife safe. And so with that in mind, we installed an 8-foot wildlife fence around the perimeter, and then for added security there are 3 strands of barbed wire on top. When we take into consideration of the wildlife, prior to going out and just starting to excavate and drill, a biologist had come out and combed for any bird nesting, any other wildlife that could be making their habitat in this area, so we don't disturb that. When we disturb the soil, we had to take the spoils off-site, and we couldn't spread them out because underneath the salt layer there is a clay, hardened clay mix that isn't really designed to be on top of the ground. And so when we excavated for the holes, we picked up those spoils and hauled them off-site to a different location so we wouldn't disturb the ecosystem there at the airport. One thing that attracted us to this project is the long straight lines of fence and the runs that went on for thousands of feet and some even miles. And we do hire a surveyor that comes in and pinpoints it and marks every 200 feet to keep us straight. But a lot of it has to do with our installers and the incredible experience they have in getting these lines straight and these long lines. And these guys are really professional at doing this, and we're lucky to have the staff we have to get these long straight runs of fence. They're experts at what they do, and along with the surveyor and the markings that the surveyor does, we're able to get these long lines perfectly straight. When installing this fence on this project and others, We try to keep up on the state of art of equipment that we have to help install these projects. This equipment does allow us to put in a lot more fence than doing it the old way by hand.
We get out here about 6 o'clock in the mornings and we work until 4:30 in the evenings. It gets warm about 6 o'clock in the morning. Each day it kind of varies depending on how long our stretches are, how long our runs are. If we have a lot of long straight runs, we can get anywhere from 2,000 feet to 2,500 feet of the 8-foot mesh up. If we have short runs and going up over hills and stuff like that, you know, we might only get 500 feet or 1,000 feet done in a day. It really just depends on the terrain and what we're dealing with. This fence is an 8-foot wildlife fence. You know, it works really good for keeping out, you know, your bigger wildlife like deer and antelope and elk, but it'll work as far as keeping out rabbits and stuff like that too. You know, you got the smaller squares at the bottom to keep out the smaller wildlife, and of course it'll deter people as well. The posts are usually anywhere from 2 feet to 3 feet deep, depending on what the post is, if it's a line post or a terminal post, or if it's used to hold a gate.
One of the best parts about working for Custom Fence here is the ability to work and think and be allowed to do our job. We all have our unique talents, and here at Custom Fence we're allowed to exploit those talents and are put into a position to excel, and you know, it's really a great atmosphere to work here. And we enjoy one another's company. We enjoy tackling the big projects as well as the small projects. Each project has a unique dynamic about it, and always we seem to find someone here in the company that is the right fit for that project and the talents that we need to get that job done.
Dr. Daines, you are a doctor, you're a fully qualified doctor of audiology, and we were looking at your business card a few minutes ago, and you've got an awfully lot of letters after your name. What do they all mean?
They're all representations of my certifications that I have. I graduated from Utah State with my doctorate degree in audiology. I have a bachelor's degree in communicative disorders and deaf education. And then I've also have what they call a board certification, which entails further education and further training after the doctorate of audiology degree.
Okay, so very clearly not a fly-by-night operation here. You've spent many years training and qualifying and loving. I get the impression when I see you with your patients that you love what you do.
I do. I love this. I love enjoying sitting back with my patients, helping them out. I get a lot of satisfaction, take a lot of pride in doing a job well done.
Yeah. And so the Daines family, been here for many generations in Cache Valley, again, homegrown doctor in yourself. What do you love about seeing your patients? They all seem to love you too, I will say that, we've noticed.
Everybody has a different story. We have a lot of neat families here in the Valley, a lot of neat people, and I enjoy meeting them and hearing about them and their life and seeing if we can make it better. After all, family is what's important. Those relations that we build with one another. Some of my favorite memories are sitting around with my grandmother, around with all the cousins when I was young, and those things are very important, and that's where hearing comes in. We need to be a part of those types of environments and not sit around and wondering what's going on. We enable people to be able to enjoy those things again.
Yes, you do, because actually there's nothing worse, is there, than being in a crowd of people and you really can't understand what anyone's saying to you.
Yep, and it affects your relationships with those people.
Now, I noticed also here, as we've been here a few minutes today, that you've had a couple of people come in and out without an appointment, just kind of needing a little tweaking, perhaps, a little reassurance. You're there for them all day, aren't you?
Yep, we're here every day. Every Monday through Friday, and we don't charge for those things. If we can fix it here in the office and take care of it, we do it at no charge. Hearing's important to us, and we want to make sure that you're hearing the best that you can.
Yeah, and it's very clear when we've been watching you that you really do love what you do, and your patients are so comfortable with you. Tell us where you are and how to get help if people need it.
I'm at 485 North Main Street in Logan, and you can give us a call at 753-HEAR, HEAR, or 4327.
Okay. So if you do think you're losing your hearing just a little bit, like some of us of that certain age, come on down and see Dr. Daines and he'll sort you right out. Thank you. So you're really big supporters of Logan High School sports here, Fernando, at the factory. What would you like to invite them to do?
You know, I want to invite all the kids and the parents. You know, sometimes they have late games and there's no place to eat. And we be here to open late if we need to. If they come up to the game, we just need to mention the Cache Valley channel, and we keep a good special for the group. So anytime they want to have a pizza after the game or nachos, we feel free to come on the factory, and we'd be well to keep it a good deal.
Anytime. When there's a game on, doesn't matter if it's Logan High or anywhere in the valley, right? You'll be here for them after the game.
Yeah, you know, we're here for Ridgeline, Mount Crest, or Logan High. Whatever people want to come, we give us a call. We stay late for them, and we'd be happy to serve up their hours.
Okay, what a treat after a game. Thanks, Fernando.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys for the support, and thank you for everything.
We started Palmer Home Furnishings 17 years ago on 10th West, and we started Mountain Ridge Furniture a couple years ago out here on the highway in Providence. And recently, kind of out of the blue, not really planned, we had somebody purchase our building on 10th West. The result was for us to merge the two businesses and bring it all into one out here in Providence. 3 blocks south of Macy's out here on the highway. You can't miss it. If you drive on the highway in Providence, you can't miss it.
The Game of the Week on the Valley Channel is brought to you by Icon Health and Fitness, changing lives with fitness innovation. Wendy's of Cache Valley, it's way better than fast food, it's Wendy's. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology, bring back what you have been missing. Palmer Home Furnishings, our low overhead means higher quality at lower prices. Aspen Dental, get that gorgeous smile you've always wanted. Custom Fence Company, privacy, security, peace of mind. Anderson Seed and Garden, growing better gardeners. The Logo Shop, we logo stuff, all kinds of stuff. KSM means music. Music is all we do. The Factory Pizzeria, we're open late after the game. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's TV station for over 30 years.
Back at Ridgeline High School, 28-0. Ridgeline leading Farmington. A little bit of a surprise score there. I mean, I would have been surprised to see some points on the board. But I am surprised to see all the points on the Ridgeline side of the board, none on the Farmington side. And Farmington's been known for their defense, but something to really look at. Only one returning starter for this Farmington defense. Defensive tackle Jake Butters. They lost a lot of folks to graduation, and they still have talent. But sometimes it takes talent a little bit of time to gel, and this Ridgeline offense has been the story. And they had 9 guys back, including pretty much all of their skill guys. If we take a look at the numbers, Farmington, 12 yards rushing, 54 yards passing, 66 total yards. They had 26 yards in the first quarter. They had 40 yards in the second quarter. Reinhold had 9 yards on 8 carries to lead Farmington rushing. White, the freshman who gets the start, he had 2 picks, but if you look at his other numbers, he's 8 of 12 for 54 yards. Those 2 picks were big. One of them led to some points. The other one didn't, but his leading receiver is Cantrell, who has 2 catches for 20 yards. Elkin has 3 catches for 13. They've sacked Caden Cox once. Ridgeline's sacked White once. And for Ridgeline, 63 yards rushing, 116 through the air, 179 total yards. 92 in the first half, 87, or in the first quarter, 87 in the second quarter. Leading rusher is Noah White with 39 yards on 9 carries. Cox has carried 5 times for 16 yards, sacked once, but 3 touchdown runs from 4, 1, and 4 for Cox. And Cox through the air is 12 of 15, a very efficient 12 of 15, 116 yards and a touchdown. He threw one that his receiver had to play defense, or it might have been a pick. But other than that, he really had all the right decisions, made good reads, didn't try to force too much, had a pretty solid first half. The leading receiver is Strat Simmons. Strat Simmons has 58 yards on 4 catches. DeMooney has 2 catches for 26 yards. He's been a little quiet from what we're used to seeing from him, but I think the Farmington defense is paying a lot of attention to Jovessa DeMooney. But again, that's what makes this Ridgeline team so interesting offensively. They've got weapons. Webb is a sure-handed target. Simmons is long and tall and can catch the ball, and he can motor as well. Murdoch, he catches a pass here and there, and he's big and tall. And then you got Harris coming out of the backfield, or, well, coming off the edge as a tight end mostly. And then White, who's caught 3 passes for 15 yards and caught the touchdown pass out of the backfield. So lots of weapons for this Ridgeline offense, and defensively, Ridgeline has swarmed to the ball. They've been quick to the ball. They've been sure tacklers. Farmington will have to kick off to start this second half. Webb and Simmons back to return. Neither one will get a chance in the worst field position of the night. For Ridgeline, they spent the entire first half, almost the entire first half, in Farmington's side of the field. That'll always help your offense as well. A couple other scores. Logan leads Cypress at the half 14-0. Green Canyon and Stansbury in a battle 21-14 at the half. Bonneville thumping Bear River at the half 27-0. And Mountain Crest beat Bonneville of Rexburg, Idaho 56-22 earlier tonight. Cox looks to his left, comes back right, and just gets rid of it. Throws it right through the hands of receiver and special teams coach Jaden Olson. And if you're going to coach the receivers, Jaden Olson, you better catch that football. Second and 10. After the incomplete pass. Now they throw to DeMooney, and again, you've seen that a couple times from Cox tonight. He's kind of unloaded and put too much on it. That one he put a lot on it, kind of threw it a little high for DeMooney and threw his hands. And just like that, it's 3rd and 10. 3 of 5 on 3rd downs for Ridgeline. They're 1 of 1 on 4th down. 1 punt for Ridgeline in this ball game. They had 25-second clocks running in the first half, but they've shut them off now. They were having trouble with them. And Ridgeline wants a timeout. So not a great start for Ridgeline to this second half. They come out, a couple of incomplete passes, have to take a timeout with only a minute and 9 seconds off the clock, and they're looking at 3rd down and 10. And they don't want to give Farmington any life. Farmington had a good drive going. They really just ran out of time at the end of the half. They were deep in Ridgeline territory for the only time all night. And I'm sure Farmington's made some adjustments in the locker room. Harrison Webb to this side. You've got White in there as well, and then 2 receivers to the far side. White motions to the backfield. Screen coming, looking for White as he comes back across. He's got blockers. He's going to be short of the first down by about 4 yards. He needed 10, he got 6. Four catches, 21 yards now for White. And Cox in the pistol on 4th down. He's going to throw. He throws into coverage. That looks like it's good enough for a first down. Good grab by DeMooney. It is. It's a first down on 4th and 4. They get 5 yards. Great hands by DeMooney. Ball at the 31, and Cox turns and hands it to White. White picking his way back to the line of scrimmage. Farmington says, we've got the football, and a flag is thrown. The officials do not agree with Farmington that they have the football. And let's see what the flag, it looks like it's going to be on Ridgeline. Unsportsmanlike on Ridgeline. So that's their 4th 15-yard penalty of the evening. Clear back to the just outside the 15-yard line. Goodness, they've got to get to the 41 for a first down. Second and 25. Cox throws the screen. It's picked off. Picked off and returned inside the 5. Farmington was waiting for that one. First and goal, Phoenix at the 3-yard line. And Ridgeline makes their first mistake of the night. And it's a big one. Didn't help that they had an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty the play before that. And I think there will be some talking about all of these 15-yard penalties. There's been a couple like that. White gonna hand it off. Reinhold's gonna put his head down. Is that Reinhold or is that Toon? Couple of yards, and it's second and goal at the 1. Again, 3 backs in the backfield along with White. Here's the give. Stood up, but then lurching forward for the touchdown is the Farmington runner. Again, hard to see those numbers, but I think it was Reinhold. If it wasn't, apologies to your mama. Left-footed kicker on, and it's good, and Farmington's on the board and showing a little life with 10 minutes to play in the third quarter. It's 28-7, Ridgeline. Ridgeline turns it over on the interception on the screenplay. They run it down to the 3-yard line, then 2 plays later they're into the end zone, and it's 28-7 Ridgeline. Ridgeline did all the jabbing in the first half. Now Farmington's finally thrown a punch that's landed. Let's see how Ridgeline responds. They should be just fine responding, considering that 42-38 game against Pineview to start the season. That was nothing but haymakers back and forth. Webb in motion. Fake the give to him, and then up the middle to White, and Farmington's defense is there, all of them. Now you've got a Farmington team that's playing with some gas in their tank. White loses a couple. Simmons and DeMooney to the far side. 2 receivers near side. Cox in trouble. Can't feel the pressure behind him, loses the football. And they're going to say it's an incomplete pass. I think he felt the pressure, but not until it was too late. He's standing in there. But that time he had to get out of there in a hurry, and he's run down from the backside. The officials are talking about this. It's 28-28 Green Canyon and Stansbury, so they're going to say it's intentional grounding or holding. What do they got? Because if that's a pass and there's nobody there and it doesn't get past the line of scrimmage, they could call an intentional grounding. There's been a lot of flags in this game. They pick it up. Maybe they just, weren't sure if there was somebody there or not, and they don't call it if they're not sure. They talk about it and pick it up. It's 3rd down, 12. And now Daniel Coates wants an audience with the officials. Coach Coates of Farmington. Man, he was such a good player at Northridge and then again down to BYU. Spent a few years in the NFL with the Bengals and with the Broncos. Now coaching the kids in Farmington. Got a lot of knowledge to teach them. 3rd and 12. Cox against a 4-man rush. Stands in over the middle. Caught by Simmons right at the sticks. It'll depend on the spot. 3rd and 12, he picks up 13. Good job by Simmons to hang on, because he was walloped. The Ridgeline out of trouble for the moment. DeMooney on that little screen. Spins out near the 40. Flags fly. As once again, there's some extra juice after the play. I'm not sure who's starting it, but every time there's a flag, we know at least who's finishing it, or at least who's jumping in. It's always the second guy. Unsportsmanlike this time on Farmington. Their first penalty of the second half. So penalties hurt Ridgeline on their last possession. They're going to help them here as it takes the ball clear to the 45 of Farmington. 8:53 to play in this third quarter. 28-7 Ridgeline. Farmington defense playing with a little bit more pep in their step here in this second half. Ridgeline trying to get the offense on track again. They just converted on a long 3rd down, and White runs for 2 after the penalty. It's 21-7. Logan leading Cypress in the 3rd. Right now, all the Valley teams are looking good. Green Canyon's in kind of a fight. They lead by 7 at Stansbury. Cox wants Murdoch in the backfield, and he gets him there. Pulling guard, following behind him is White. Cuts off his hip, stays on his feet, down to the 30-yard line. In fact, he gets past the 30-yard line. He's got 14 yards. (13 carries, 53 yards for Noah White. Farmington coming after Cox now as that snap rolled back to him. Never got to him, just rolled back to him. He picked it up, took a couple steps and hit the ground. Takes a few more steps back towards the center. And says to him nicely, please snap me the ball to my hands. Thank you. I'm sure that's exactly what he said. Sometimes the center will hit their leg or even hit their rear end snapping that back there, or they scuff the ground with it, just like you do with a golf club sometimes. But that's 2 snap problems we've seen tonight. That one's perfect. Cox a lot of time. He's got White open in this middle, but it goes instead to Webb, who drops it. He had White wide open, and the middle of the field is kind of the outlet. And instead he goes for the big strike. Webb had a step, and he put it right on him, and Webb can't hold on. 3rd down. Four of 7 on 3rd downs for Ridgeline. They need the 35, they need the 19-yard line. Cox steps up outside to White. White picks up some yardage. He gets the bad snap yardage back, so he picks up about 5. It's going to be 4th down. Patterson wrestles him out. Peyton Patterson. 4th and 10, flags all over the place. Farmington jumped. They pointed at the Ridgeline offensive line. All that matters is what the Stripes saw. And the Stripes saw the Ridgeline, or the Farmington jump. Fourth and 5 at the Farmington 24-yard line. Cox over the middle, has Harris. Harris down inside the 10. First and goal, Riverhawks. 15 yards on 4th and 5. His first catch. And now 3 for 3 on 4th down for Ridgeline. Jumbo looking that backfield, give it to Harris. Harris follows 2 blockers, cuts inside and scores. From 9 yards out, Harris with the touchdown. That's 4 rushing touchdowns for Ridgeline tonight. 6:44 to play in this third quarter, and Ridgeline looking to go up 35-7. Kick is up and good. Penalties hurt Ridgeline on their first possession of the half and help them there, and they lead 35-7 as we take a timeout.
Hi, Cache Valley. This is Fernando over the Factory Pizzeria. We're running a special right now. We're giving a free nachos when you buy a large pizza with 3 toppings. Just mention this and you're gonna get a free nachos every time you come. The Factory Pizzeria is located in 119 South Main, below the Gia's in the basement. Come see as soon as you can. Thank you.
$35-7. Ridgeline extends the lead. Wait a minute, we just saw an ad for the Factory Pizzeria. Did that say free nachos with a 3-topping pizza? Free nachos with a 3-topping pizza. They're open late. If you're watching this live, you can keep watching until it's over. Then you can still go to the Factory Pizzeria. Get yourself a 3-topping pizza and some free nachos. Are you kidding me? They're right there on South Main. Open late, the Factory Pizzeria. We love our sponsors here at the Valley Channel. We love that they support local sports, high school sports, and they've been doing it for 30-plus years. One of our longtime sponsors is Icon Health and Fitness. And one thing I want to mention about those, Coach Cox works for Icon. It's his day job, and he couldn't say enough. He didn't have enough praise for the folks he works with at Icon and saying how they understand community and what these schools do for the community and the high school sports, and they work with him on his schedule to let him be a high school coach, which is a time commitment. So he was really really complimentary of them, and they have supported high school sports for a long time here on the Valley Channel as well. White walloped, and he completes it to the far side of the field. Man, White ran around forever, hit as he throws. It's completed 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and it ends up picking up 7 yards. He's a freshman. That means he's like 14, 15 years old. Getting thrown into the fire tonight. Throws underneath, and a tackle made immediately by Ridgeline by Harris. Elkins picks up a couple. I've been impressed with these linebackers for Ridgeline. I've been impressed with the entire Ridgeline defense. I've been impressed with the Ridgeline team tonight. Let's be honest. They've played a great ball game. Branson Jones in there at linebacker. We called his number plenty of times as well. 3rd and a yard. Looks like a blitz coming off the edge. Pick! White throws it right to Harris. Flags aplenty on the celebration. Ball returned to the 19-yard line. Ridgeline's probably going to get flagged for unsportsmanlike. and it'll back them up. But they're going to have the ball once again in Farmington territory. Third interception tonight for White. That time I don't even think he saw Harris, who just stepped in front and picked it off. Unsportsmanlike on Ridgeline. So that'll back it up to the 34. But Ridgeline again with a short field. That's one of those things with a young quarterback. He's worked hard tonight as White. He's 10 for 14, 63 yards, but 3 interceptions. And it takes time for the game to slow down and to trust what you're seeing. That's something that they've worked with Caden Cox with. He started last year as a sophomore, and the game's starting to slow down for him. DeMooney has a flag thrown in the backfield, gets out to the 30. Caden Cox shakes his head like, I don't know what the call is, but it looks like a hold, and that's what it is. So another penalty on Ridgeline. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 penalties. I feel like the count from Sesame Street. 5:12 to play in the third quarter. 35-7 Ridgeline. And they have the ball first and a lot after the penalty. 1st and 20. Miles Eck in the backfield, and they're going to throw a screen to him, and instead a ton of flags come out. Man, we have seen a lot of flags in this game. Ridgeline's been penalized a lot. So is Farmington. Procedure on Ridgeline. $11 penalties on Ridgeline that have been accepted. 7 on Farmington, so that's 18 total penalties in this game. These guys need to tighten it up. I've seen coaches on both sidelines having words with guys after some penalties. Probably telling them just that. Gosh, got to tighten it up. A-gaps. Rush coming. Let's see. Yep. Nope. The linebacker's back out. Cox hits DeMooney in stride. Down to the 5-yard line. 44 yards. 1st and goal, Riverhawks. DeMooney now with 75 yards on 4 catches. First and goal at the 4. Eck in the backfield with Cox. Cox is going to keep. Looking to throw, gives it to DeMooney. DeMooney. And a flag comes in at the 2-yard line. Is right where DeMooney was hit. The only thing there was DeMooney and 2 tacklers. They're going to call offensive pass interference on DeMooney. The flag came late for that kind of call, but yeah, offensive pass interference on Ridgeline. Flag came late, but you know, those officials have to reach for those. Sometimes they can't grab them right away. Fans don't like late flags, that's for sure. But in the defense of the Stripes, sometimes they're reaching for that flag, and it takes them a second to pull it and throw it. So they say DeMooney pushed off. Offensive pass interference, and that's a loss of down. Penalty number 12. Give it to White. Steps out of 1 tackle. Gains a couple. 3rd and goal. It's Butters with the tackle. 3rd and goal. From the 18. Four of 8 on third down, but 3 of 3 on fourth down for Ridgeline. They roll the pocket. Unload to Simmons. He has to go down on one knee, and he's hit and drops it. And you know that it's 2 down territory here. So, you know, you pick up some and then give yourself a little less to pick up on fourth down, but it's, no, they changed the sticks. They've got them at third down still. So I thought that offensive pass interference was the loss of down, but it's, yeah, it's only third down. 3 receivers to the top of your screen. Harris is alone to this side. Cox has got all sorts of room in front of him. Steps outside at the 10, goes back into the 4, and we got a flag on the block. My goodness. Lots of flags. You gonna call a block in the back or what? Cox was inside the 4. The penalty was back at the 10-yard line, the 9. So this will probably be back at the 19. Yeah, it's an illegal use of the hands. I'm running out of spots for penalties. And that's clear back to the 24. That's a 15-yarder. Another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 15-yard penalties on Ridgeline. 7 of their 13. I've never filled up. I have 15 slots for penalties on my stat sheet. I've never filled it up in 30 years of doing this. I have 2 slots left. Cox, third down, over the middle, it's dropped. It was right into Mooney's hands. There were some phoenixes around him. I wonder if he took his eye off it just for a second. Murdoch comes out to try a 41-yard field goal from the right hash. So Farmington's defense forces a field goal attempt. Ridgeline's offense helps him with a bunch of penalties. Murdoch's kick, plenty of leg. It's good. 38-7. Ridgeline extends the lead. 2:49 to play in the third.
So, you bought your computer from one of those big box stores, or online, and now it's really slow, or just not working right.
Target acquired.
PCs Unlimited can fix it. Fixing computers is what we do, and we've been doing it for over 20 years. Service, repair, diagnostics, networking, upgrades, system and data recovery, all your computer needs. Our prices are low, and our customer service is the best. You won't get help from the big box or online. Come see the professionals at PCs Unlimited.
A long field goal by Carter Murdoch makes it 38-7. Ridgeline, I think the bigger story on that was Ridgeline had a goal-to-go situation inside the 5 and ended up having to settle for a 40-yard field goal. Penalties, a definite problem for Ridgeline. They have 13 on the night. Here's a return. Racing to the sideline and stepping out of bounds is Toon, and here's another flag late. This flag came in way after the play, and a couple of players were going at it. Jackson Hollingsworth for Ridgeline and one other player for Farmington. And they called unsportsmanlike on Ridgeline. So that is penalty number 14. It's now 21 accepted penalties in this game. A lot of 15-yarders. White turns and hands. Ball's free. Ridgeline may be on it. They think they are, so do the refs. After a 10-yard run, Farmington coughs it up. Ridgeline's offense back on the field. 2:35 to play in a long third quarter. That's what happens when you got that many penalties. Let's see, 2 penalties on Farmington this quarter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 penalties on Ridgeline this quarter. They had 2 on their opening drive, 2 of their first 3 plays. So they'll have plenty to clean up, regardless of the outcome. Tight formation. Cox is going to throw. Late rush coming. Cox over the middle as he sees DeMooney come free, but he puts it in his feet. Cox was hit as he threw. Keegan Brown was there. Keegan Brown's been chasing Cox around tonight. Brown's going to need a nap when this one's over. He's been chasing that quarterback all over the place. Caden Cox, a low snap. He's got White on the outlet. Instead, he throws it out of bounds. It's caught on the sideline by one of his teammates. Jackson Olsen. Does that mean he gets a reception? Third and 10. After the turnover, the Ridgeline offense has gone nowhere. 5 wide receivers. 4-man rush. Cox looking for an opening. And he's hauled down from behind.
Caden Cox with the quarterback keeper. Brought down by Jacob Butters.
Right, looked like Keegan Brown again. Picked up 4. Now remember, Cox can punt it or he can throw it. Puts a little pressure on the D. Now the defense is going to back somebody out to field a punt. Cox looks. Now he's going to keep it. He's got an opening and he's down to the 40-yard line and a first down. So it's like a rugby-style punt, but from a regular formation. And what it looks like is that he's got really the option. Run to the edge if you can get it and pick it up, and then go. If not, boot it away. And we saw him kick it once earlier. That time he picks it up on 4th down. 4 for 4 on 4th down for Ridgeline tonight. Cox's first read isn't there. Looks back across the middle to DeMooney. DeMooney slips one tackle. He's down near the 20-yard line. 21 yards and a first down. 225 yards now for Cox. 96 yards on 5 catches for DeMooney. A minute and a half to play in the quarter. Cox gives it to White. Noah White into the secondary. White churning his way down to the 4. 16 yards. First and goal. 71 yards on 15 carries for White. Harris is carried for a touchdown. Cox is carried for 3. And Cox is thrown for a touchdown. Cox is 19 of 27, 225 yards, a touchdown and a pick. He threw for over 300 in the opening game of the year. He's going to try again. Little back shoulder throw. Touchdown. Strat Simmons. Perfect throw. "200 years ago. 200 years ago, I played defensive back." I'm glad the back shoulder throw did not exist then. That's so hard to defend. It would be just so hard to defend. Murdoch. Kick is good. 45-7. 54 seconds left in the third. Ridgeline on top.
Because they have beautiful selections of fresh flowers. They're family owned and been in business for a long time, and they make you feel like part of the family.
"45-7, Ridgeline putting up points. 42 in their first game, 45 in this one. 4 turnovers for Farmington has helped Ridgeline have short fields most of the night. Ridgeline's defense has played well also, only giving up 7 points. Oh, big block and hit out there about the 20. My goodness. And the ball carrier finally wrapped up at the 25. Wow. Well, it's running clock territory now when you're 35 points plus. As soon as they set the ball for play, they start the clock. The rest of the half until they, unless Farmington would score, I think they have to get it back down under 28 if I remember right. Farmington short a player. Now they've got him. Five-second counts on. White keeps it. Is that White? No, that's somebody else. 7-yard run on first down. That'll probably be the last play of this quarter. That looked like Toon. That's the end of the third quarter. 45-7. Ridgeline on top. We'll keep it right here as Ridgeline just doing everything right. They've had a turnover. Cox has thrown an interception that led to the only touchdown of the night for Farmington. It was on a screen play. A little screen right over the middle that Farmington saw coming. They picked it off, returned it to the 3-yard line. So they have a short field, able to punch it in. I thought Farmington came out in the second half with some juice, man. They came out, they were down big, but they came out, really had it going on, and it looked like they might be able to crawl their way back into this game, but Ridgeline put the brakes on that one. Elkins in motion. White's back at quarterback, unloads and one-hops it to his intended receiver. That was Mitch Nielsen. It's 3rd and 3. Olfer on 3rd down for Farmington. Now they got one. First down. Pickup of 10.
Cannon Toon, the ball carrier.
Looked like Toon. He's got 6 carries for 25 yards. First and 10 at the 44. Handoff and another good run of 7.
Toon, the ball carrier.
Toon getting some work here. 7 carries, 32 yards for Toon. That's an 8-yard carry. 2nd and 2. Luke Sorensen trots off the field. Seeing a few different numbers out there for Ridgeline now. Maybe getting some guys some time on the field. Another good run by Cannon Toon.
Boston Reinhold, the ball carrier.
No, that was Reinhold. 16 yards for Reinhold. 38 yards on 12 carries for him. Farmington matriculating the pigskin down the gridiron and at the 33-yard line of the host side, Ridgeline Riverhawks. It's been all Ridgeline tonight. There's the pitch, trying to get to the edge. Doesn't get to the edge, but cuts it back up inside for a gain of about 7. That's Toon again.
Cannon's in the ball carrier, then on the stop, the right to Reed.
Ridgeline's going to take a timeout. And Travis Cox is going to talk to his defense a little bit. I have to say, I'm noticing a lot of non-starters in there right now on that defense for Ridgeline. You know, Hollingsworth is not in there. Jones is not in there. Eck is not in there. Haven't seen Murdoch or Knowles. So they're getting some guys some time. It's always a smart thing to do. But he's chatting with them. And Knowles is in there now. And Harris is in there at linebacker. So is Jones. Ransom, Jones, and Harris playing inside as linebackers. And now you got Murdoch back on the field as well. Elkins in motion. White chased from behind. Throws it downfield and incomplete. And here comes a flag from the back judge. No. We had a lot of flags tonight. And on any given night you can throw a lot of flags, but that ball is kind of high. The receiver's going up for it. The defender hits him. And they talk about it and they pick it up. So the back judge threw the flag. That's based on what he could see, but I'm at a different angle up here and you could see that it wasn't early. Ball doesn't have to be catchable in high school. And the other officials talked about it with them and they picked it up. 3rd and 4. Stone Crandall, number 8, and they're playing it as safety. Here's the keeper. Again, it looked like it was Toon playing quarterback. Picked up a yard. It's going to be 4th down and 3. It's either Toon or Reinhold. Again, we can't really see those numbers. They reflect the light great. Just can't see very well what the numbers are. Fourth down and a long short 3. He's got the outlet. That's where he goes, and it's incomplete. Reinhold, I think, was running before he caught it. He knew the backer was coming. Was thinking about the move that he would make, and he dropped it. You got to have a ball before you can make the move. 7:26 to play in the ball game. And Ridgeline takes over. Looks like the first offense is still out there. Mooney came out with the first offense, but now he's coming to the sideline. But Cox is out there. He's going to hand it off to Eck. Eck behind a couple of linemen. Keeps churning for 5.
Miles Eck, the ball carrier.
It's his first carry. He's been in there tonight playing running back from time to time. Spell Noah White. Webb splits to the far side and 2 receivers near side. They're going to throw it a little out to Strat Simmons. Strat Simmons catches it, carries tacklers.
Sellers on the coverage.
For 15 yards and a first down. Simmons 91 yards on 7 catches. Cox throws it to him again on the little out pattern. This time they drag him down after 7.
Simmons with the reception.
or 22 of 30 for Cox, 252 yards and a touchdown and 1 interception. Again, he's running with pretty much the first offense in there. Landon Kimball's in, the receiver. They're going to hand it off. Holding on for dear life. One of those Farmington players to Eck, and Eck picks up a couple. Drag him down short of the first down. It's 3rd and a yard. 4 of 10 on 3rd downs. 4 for 4 on 4th down, so that's like being 8 of 10. No, they're going to give him enough yardage for the first down, so this will not be a 3rd down. So Eck picks up 3. And they're going to hand it to him again. He stops and starts and bursts up the middle. For 6. He's got 3 carries for 15 yards for Eck. Logan leading in their game over Cypress, 28-21. That one's still in the 3rd quarter. That one's going on for a while. Cox in trouble. Oh, he's walloped. Big sack by Farmington. He loses 10. For Farmington, their 2nd sack of the game. Man, if you're one of those Farmington defensive linemen and you finally get a hold of Caden Cox, you want to put all the hurt on him that you can because he's been running you ragged all night long. wearing you out. 3rd and 13. Short window, Strat Simmons. Simmons inside the 40 down to about the 37. So he picks up 9. Simmons now with 107 yards receiving. 4th down and 6. 4 for 4 on 4th down for Ridgeline. I probably just jinxed it. Cox can run if he wants. Instead he throws. Is it caught? Is it not? Let's see. Nope. Incomplete. So the defense trots back on the field and Farmington takes over with 3:21 to play. 23 for 32, 261 yards and a touchdown for Caden Cox. 10 yards on 9 carries, 3 touchdowns rushing for Cox. Harris has a touchdown rushing, 3 carries for 17 yards. Eck, 3 carries for 15. White, 15 carries for 71. DeMooney didn't carry the ball tonight, but he had 96 yards on 5 catches, 107 yards on 9 catches for Simmons. White, 5 for 26 and a touchdown. Webb, 3 for 17. Harris, 1 for 15. Here's a run right up the gut for Farmington. That was Reinholm. He picks up 8. He's got 13 carries for 46 yards. 81 yards on the ground now for Farmington. 63 in the air. That's 144 total yards. 2nd and 2 as we're under 2.5 minutes to play in this ball game. Across the middle, Cantrell, they look for him and it's a little bit low and he saw Branson Jones coming and he said, nah, that's fine. 3rd and 2. White in his debut, the freshman's 10 of 18 so far. He's 0 for 3 in this 4th quarter, 63 yards. Elkins caught 5 passes for 22, Cantrell 2 for 20, but 3 interceptions for White. And that's not White, that's a different quarterback now. A flag comes out on this one. That's Jacob Hensley playing quarterback now. So White was actually 10 of 16. Hensley's 0 for 2, and there's the 15th penalty of the night on Ridgeline. 15 big ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 15-yard penalties for Ridgeline tonight. So that's something that'll have the coaching staff's attention. Elkins on the give on that little read option. Pushed out of bounds after a gain of about 4. Running clock here as soon as they set it. Because of the big lead, they just start that clock and we're under a minute. 3rd quarter took a long time. The 4th quarter has been fast. Speaking of fast, the receiver coming free. That safety was a little late. And if Hensley puts that ball a little bit closer to that receiver, that was 6. He overthrew him. And it's 45-7 with 30 seconds to play and the clock running. Stansbury beats Green Canyon 42-34. So no magic for the Wolves this week. Hensley's going to tuck it and run. He's taken down with 14 seconds to play, and that's probably going to do it. That will do it. Ridgeline is going to turn some heads with that win this week. 45-7 over a Farmington team. Yeah, they started a freshman quarterback, but they're a good team. And they are a defensive team known for their defense. And Ridgeline put 45 on them. Big night for Caden Cox. 45-7. Ridgeline wins it. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time on the Valley Channel.